What's up, everybody, and welcome to another Kinstretch class brought to you by Stretch Effect. My name is Coach Luke, and I'll be taking you through today's 30-minute cars and capsule cars focused Kinstretch class. So today's going to be a little bit different, because we're not going to be targeting one specific joint or a group of joints. We're going to be looking at pretty much the whole body from the neck all the way down to the toes. And this will be no pills and rails, no lift offs, nothing like that today. It's just really focused on cars, getting those joints moving, getting them in some alternate positions that we've been on done before in past classes. So this is a good one that you can do in the morning, start your day, just kind of get everything moving, everything flowing in the right direction. From, like I said, your neck all the way down to your toes. This is a good one you can do before any other type of fitness class that you do. So maybe you do yoga, maybe you play golf, maybe you rock climb. Anything that you do, we're going to use it physically where you kind of want to warm your body up, but not do it, anything too intense as you may be doing something later. Or this is also something you can do at the end of the day after you've doing, maybe worked a long day, maybe you've been sitting at a desk, maybe you were on a long flight, just to get the blood flowing, get the body moving, address all the joints, just make sure your body's feeling really good and ready to perform for whatever that you want to do. So we're going to start with a neck car from a quadruped position. So we're going to be on the hands and knees, hands right under my shoulders, knees right under my hips. I'm just going to start like a normal neck car, make sure my core is engaged, make sure I get a good brace throughout the whole body. Pull my chin to my chest, I'm going to rotate chin to collarbone, my ear will come over my shoulder, I will rotate over the top, chin to the sky, ear goes over the shoulder, drop my chin, and rotate through. Let's go one more time. So the chin, ear over the shoulder, look up, over the top, ear over the shoulder, drop the chin, and rotate through and reverse. Chin to the left collarbone, ear goes over that shoulder, chin to the sky, ear over the shoulder, drop the chin, rotate through one more time, chin to the left collarbone, ear comes over and around, over the top, ear over, drop the chin, and rotate through. So from here, we're going to go to a collapsed position. I'll go from the side, just so you can see what I'm doing. I'm going to take my hands across my body, and I'm just going to keep my chin to my chest, and I'm just going to work first into spinal flexion and extension. So because I'm sitting in this position, it's going to bias me to a little bit more lumbar flexion, so I'm not going to be quite as likely to move through my lumbar spine, but I just want to think T-spine flexion, so pull those elbows into your rib cage, keep that chin in your chest, and I'm just going to get tall, one vertebrae at a time, trying to lift my chest, trying to lift my rib cage, lift my whole upper body without my chin leaving the chest. And there, let's go one more time. T-spine flexion, feel that spinal flexion, T-spine extension, come up, 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 up. Squeeze the back side of the rib cage to the top of the back here. So now from there, I'm going to pull down again. Stay here. I'm just going to work flexion, rotation as far as I can without my hips moving. Chin stays in the chest. T-spine rotation to the left. So face this direction here, guys. So just go 2 reps. So to the left, let's go right back to the right. As far as you can rotate without the hips moving. That's why we're in this collapsed kneeling position. One more time. Rotate to the left. Squeeze so feel stretch on the right side of the back. Feel contraction on the left side. Back to the center. Get tall. And then get that extension again, right? So lift the rib cage. Keep that core braced. Get tall as I can be. And now from here, the extension position, I'm just going to laterally flex back to the center, stay extended, keep that core braced, keep those hips in the floor, lateral flexion, extend, so check the sides, you can see what I'm doing here, so I'm extending, lateral flex to my right, got one more time to squeeze that there, extend over the top, laterally flex to my left. Here, I'm going to pull my elbows in, pull myself to the center. Let's go 2 T-spine cars each direction. We're going to tick-tock back and forth. So I'm going to come over the top, come around, elbows pull in, from there, I'm gonna reverse go back to my left, rotate left, lateral flex left, extend over the top, extend, lateral flex to my right. That's what we're working on, elbows, rotate in. One more time, extend around, over, lateral flexion, right shoulder pulls across, down into the body. Last one, rotate, flex, extend, tall, lateral flex, rotate, over, pull in, and come through. Woo, very nice. So that one especially, give some time there, because that T-spine, that upper back is the one, you know, if you've been sitting at a desk, you've been sitting in a chair, you've been sitting on a plane, that's the one where it's going to get tight as we go forward, as we spend more time here. The more time we can spend moving that spine, opening up, the better you're going to feel, the better everything's going to feel. So now we're going to do our quadruped position again. We do our quadruped scat cars. Okay, so in that position, we're locked in, body stays tight, core stays engaged, especially as we go into the retraction. I'm just going to retract, protract. Core stays braced, especially as I retract, protract. Okay, from there I'm going to find the middle, so not all the way forward, not all the way in. Just from there, I'm just going to shrug. And from there, I'm going to pull down. So you feel those armpits kind of lighten up there a little bit, right muscles right under the armpits, lighten up. Shrug, pull down. While I'm continuing to pull down, keep that core brace, squeeze those shoulder blades, shrug, press, pull down, squeeze, shrug, press, pull down, and reverse, shrug, squeeze, pull down, press, shrug, squeeze, pull down, and press. So when you're doing these, really work on making the biggest, cleanest circle you possibly can, because that's really what we're going for there. Although we do hit our four corners, you want to make it as much of a nice circle as possible, because the shoulder blades should be able to travel in all those same directions. So from there, I'm going to go into a side lying shoulder car. So I'm going to take, I have two blocks. If you have two blocks, put one under your head, and you're going to hug one with your body here. So with the bottom arms, it's going to help us create a little bit more tension. If you don't have a block, that's okay. You can certainly just kind of go from here or not front. If you have one block, you can always take that block for the pillow, and then you can always, you know, have one on here. It's up to you, whatever you got available. If you have a pillow, you can throw a pillow there. If you have another pillow, you can hug the pillow. That's just going to help us create more full body tension. And then having the block along the rib cage, kind of lower chest, rib cage, make sure that we're not arching, so it kind of gives us some feedback into what's going on in the core as this shoulder is moving through my shoulder car. So feet are stacked, body's tight, core's engaged. Even though you're laying on your side, don't just fully relax. We have two shoulder cars here, so I'm going to come up all the way, biceps to ear, as far as I can go. Once I can't get any more, I'm going to start to rotate not just the hand, but the whole bicep, the whole arm, out. I got the wall behind me, and keep rotating. So now the back of my hand touches the side of my leg. Extend, rotate over, make the biggest possible circle you can. If you're familiar with shoulder cars, but you're unfamiliar with the sideline variation, this variation is going to make you feel like you have all the space in the world, right? Because that's the way that we're oriented to gravity. It's not pulling you down, it's not restricting the motion like you're used to, so it gives you a little bit more room to explore. From there, good, so that's 2 reps. Okay, so from here, we're going to find what's called your sticky point. So for most people, it's kind of along this area, so for me, it's about right here. So kind of as you do your car, find where it's the toughest. Okay, keep that block squeezed. So from here, if it would be for me here, make sure the shoulder stays in, make sure you're not shrugging, make sure you keep the shoulder in the capsule, lock out the elbow, and we're going to do some capsule cars. So it's here, rotate, rotate, just rotate that bicep, got an X on your bicep, which is 3 reps there, and all the way back around. Very good, we'll switch. Maybe different from one side to the next. So as you do these 2 reps of cars, take into account how your shoulder feels. If you feel like you need to do it in a different position, please do so. Body stays tight, core's engaged, right arm comes out front, bicep to ear, rotate. So for me, it's about right there. So wherever yours is, take that into account. That's where we'll do our capsule cars after these 2 reps. All the way around, over the top. That should feel nice here. One more time. Boom, over, around, through. Last one. So you're taking your thumb as far back in the air as you can. Once you can't get any more to extension, then we turn that arm over, all the way around, bicep to ear. Starting all the way down if you want. We're going to find that sticky up again, so find that sticky zone. So for me, it's about here. 3 capsule cars. 1. Core stays engaged. 2. Stay flat on that block with that rib cage. That just tells you that you're not arching your back, you're not lifting your ribs. Good. Squeeze out as much as you can. Over the top. And down. Very good. So from here, we're going to sit on a block if you have one. If not, you can do this from, say, a butterfly position, crisscross leg position, whatever's most comfortable for you. I like to go, we're going to go for a butterfly here just because it kind of gives our hips a little something to do while we're working on our elbows. Okay, so from here, I'm going to go hands just on the inside of my arms, inside of my legs. From there, keeping my elbows right where they are, I'm just going to flex. As I flex, I'm trying to rotate my hands away from my body as much as I can. That's called supination. I'm going to pronate and come down. From there, stay pronated, up, supinate, squeeze it, down. Extend, lock out all the way. Rotate again, come up, squeeze, pronate, elbows stay right on those legs. Last one, elbows squeeze here. Rotate, 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 rotate. And come down. So from there, if you want to lift the legs a little bit, you can lift the legs. From here, we're just going to go, or if you want to pull them away, you can pull them away. It's up to you. We're just going to come sit up tall, so feel that kind of T-spine extension just like we did earlier. Make fists with those hands, squeeze those biceps as tight as you possibly can. Make those biceps cramp. We're going to pronate, so rotate those fists forward. Take into account if one moves a little better than the other, that's totally normal. Rotate. So this is something if you have golfer's elbow, tennis elbow, kind of the feeling either here, out here, out here. Usually, right, it means that we're using our elbows in a position that we do not have active control, right? So if it's overuse injury doesn't come just from overusing them, but it comes from using them in ranges that we don't typically have. So if we're on a computer like this all day in a pronated position that we can't actively control, it's just kind of resting there, and then we're using our hands, using our fists, using our wrists. That's where a lot of that stuff can come from. So not only cars are going to help with that, because that's going to help you kind of carve out a little bit more range of motion, kind of control the range of motion you have. Then you combine these with elbow supination, pronation cars, pails and rails, with whatever you need for your body, better things you're going to feel. So from there, just extend out and relax. From there, we're going to go to our wrists. So if you want to stay butterfly, you can stay butterfly. If you want to go bear sit, go bear sit. Just kind of give your hips something to do, just kind of help open them up. You're kind of sitting in a position all day. I'm going to go elbow right on my rib cage. Palm is up. I'm going to go one wrist at a time. So from here, I'm going to go towards the midline. I'm going to extend that wrist. And my forearm stays straight up and down. Extending that wrist as much as I can. Nothing else moves. I'm going to come out away from the midline. So before my arm wants to do that, turn over. Here, I'm going to flex, keep my fists, keep an open fist. Keep those fingers straight. And come over again. So extending out. So this is something if you have carpal tunnel, spend a lot of time typing, spend a lot of time in this position. Here can get kind of cranky. So really when you work that extension, you really work to open those fingers, open that palm, get a good stretch through all this stuff here. Come up and over, and reverse. So now we're gonna go out, extend, in, flex, out, down. Let's go one more, in. Should be burning right now. Squeeze, fight to get the outer edges of that range of motion. And switch. Very nice. And there, elbows right on the rib cage. Open palm towards the midline. Extend. Out. In. Up. And reverse. Go in. Flex. Out, in, flex, out, in, and relax. Okay, we're going to go to our hips again. So we're back to our hips now. And then we kind of had them open here. So now we're going to go down into a sideline hip car. So I have one block down, one block just like we did for the shoulder. We're going to hug it nice and tight to the rib cage. That's just going to allow us to create a little bit more full body tension as we squeeze in. We want to create tension so we can get more out of the hip there, right? So if you don't have a block, if you have one block, use for the pillow. Use the other arms out front. If you have no block, you can go hand, arms under the head, hand goes down, and then you can crush from there. So if you have the blocks handy, might as well use them. And hook, the arms are round, so I'm hugging, head is down. Core is engaged. That's what that block's going to help me do, create more tension, but also it's telling me what my rib cage is doing. If I feel the rib cage extend out into that block, I know I've arched the back, I know I've lost my kind of core brace position here, right? So I'm here, I'm hugging that block tight, in a good position to go 2 hip cars here, and then we'll get some capsule cars as well. So come up, just a bit of flexion, so abduction, internal rotation, so I'm taking my foot back towards the wall behind me. I'm extending that hip, coming through, and reverse. Super slow. Slower the better, especially in the hip cars, where there's a lot of other body motions that like to take place. Those are compensations. We do not want that, right? So we're coming here. Let's go back again one more time. Abduction. Internal rotation, kick that heel back, extend that hip, go around, come through, reverse, extend, kick the heel to the wall, rest that body, stay still, and over, and down. From there I will come up, abduct, that's taking my leg as open as possible, keep this right leg down, press into the floor, keep squeezing that block, open that hip as much as you can, keeping that knee where it is. We're just going to get 3 reps, internal, external rotation. So I'm going to internally rotate, so my femur rotates in, foot rotates back, externally rotate, foot rotates forward, femur rotates back. 2 more internal. Keep that knee open as much as you can. Keep fighting to get more. External. Internal. Fight. Push it. Last one. External. Every time we do those capsule cars, though there's smaller ranges of motion, they seem easier. We want to put just as much energy into them as we would our normal cars. That just comes from pushing into those boundaries, pushing into where it feels a little bit more foreign, a little bit more comfortable, okay? Whew, so from there, walk, hug my other block, stack my knees, block, and then block right on that rib cage just for my knees to stay tight, but also helps me create more tension. I will get flexion. Abduction, internal rotation, drive back behind, swing through, extend, open, drive the left knee to the floor, over the top, down. We got one more, flexion, abduction, internal rotation. As much range of motion as you can, especially on the second rep. Every time we do cars, we're working to expand that range of motion with each rep. Always trying to fight us down the outer edges of our control. Very good, that was 2. Take attention if you need to. We're going flexion, abduction. Just stay open as much as possible. Drive the left knee to the floor. Stay tight. Internal rotation, foot rotates back. External rotation, foot rotates forward. 2 more, pushing that boundary. Take a second or 2, really push, 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 drive. External. Knee stays still, foot rotates forward. You need to hold that knee, you totally can. Right there, we got one more here. Push, 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 push. Rotate that hip open, internal rotation. External rotation, rotate that knee forward, squeeze all through here. And relax. Woo! Feel that hip open up, shake it out. Very nice. We're gonna go to kneecaps. Kneecaps. Super simple. All we're gonna do is just take our hands, so take 4 fingers, 5 fingers, 6 fingers, all 10. Make sure this leg is relaxed. The way I do it is I'm just gonna move my kneecap up and down, make sure I move up and down, make sure I move side to side. And then we're just gonna go 3 clockwise circles with that kneecap. Nothing crazy, we're not forcing anything, we're just trying to move it around the space that it has. And then 3 counterclockwise. And switch. So make sure the leg is locked out, but make sure the leg is relaxed. So if the leg is locked out and you're squeezing, you're not going to move that kneecap. You got to make sure the leg is straight, leg is relaxed. Move up and down, side to side. And then let's go 3 clockwise. And then 3 counterclockwise. This one always seems to be the weirdest for most people. Don't always think about our kneecap as something that can move, right? But we can actively control it. We want to make sure it can travel in all directions for healthy knee function. Next one will be our knee cars, tibia cars. So I'm going to go left hand hook under my left leg. Right arm will grab the top of the knee. Left hand grabs right bicep. So putting putting my left femur in a headlock. I'm going to lean back just a little bit. And I'm just going to externally rotate, internally rotate. If you don't have the active control to do it here, use your hands, external, internal, external, internal. That's our capsule car. From there, I will externally rotate, extend, internally rotate, flex. Externally rotate, extend, internally rotate, flex. Reverse that, stay in, extend, externally rotate, flex, internally rotate, extend, externally rotate, flex. And switch. So the tibia rotations. Again, we don't always think about our knees as a rotational joint. So it does hinge, right? It does flex and extend, but we need a knee that can rotate in the joint so we can tolerate undulations on the floor, we can tolerate, different things that may pop up when we're running, walking, hiking, anything like that, right? So from here, lift up, 3 capsule car, external, internal. Again, if you use the hand, external, internal, external, internal. From there, stay in, let's extend, external rotation, flex, in, extend, external rotation, flex, and reverse. External rotation, internal, flex. Last one, externally rotate, extend that knee, internally rotate, and flex. Okay, next one will be our ankle cars. The ankle cars, we've done them in class a lot of times from extended knee position. This time we're going to hook, just like we did the knee cars. So now I'm going to hold that shin in place. So I'm going to hold the shin so my tibia can't move, and I'm just going to work ankle cars from here. So I'm going to hold my left bicep, hold my right bicep with my left hand, hold my left shin with my right hand. I'm going to point my toe. I'm going to go 2 ankle cars. Just come over, make sure that the tibia doesn't move, make sure it's only the ankle moving here. Come around, down, reverse, go out, up, in, down, out, up, in, down, and around, and switch. Right arm goes under left leg. Sorry, right arm goes under right leg. Left hand grabs right shin, excuse me. Right hand grabs left bicep. Well, twisting and turning. Let's go over that one more time. Your right arm under right leg grabs left bicep. Left arm grabs right shin. Make sure nothing moves. And lean back. Really hold this here. We're going to do 2 ankle cars. Let's go clockwise. In, up, out, down. In, up, out, down, reverse, out, up, in, down, out, up, in, with that toe, come around, very good. Last one we got is our toe cars. So from there, our toe cars, you see it in this position here, so you can lean back. This will make it a little bit easier. The more your ankles are flexed, so the more I'm coming this way, the harder it's going to be here. So if you're going to squat, it's going to make it very challenging. So now we're just going to lean back, cut down that ankle angle. Try to send that 10 times fast. Right there, coming up all the way. Balls of your toes stay down. Place all the toes on the floor. Big toe up, big toe down. Big toe up, big toe down, big toe up, big toe down. Big toe stay down. 4 toes up, 4 toes down. 4 toes up, 4 toes down, 4 toes up, 4 toes down. Lift all those toes, spread them. Big toes down, big toes up, big toes down, big toes up. Last one, big toes down, big toe up. Last one is our piano key. So we're going pinky toe, 4th toe, 3rd toe, 2nd toe, big toe. This is one that's most challenging for most people, right? So if it's challenging for you, you can always go to 1 toe or 1 foot at a time so you can really focus. Or just, I recommend doing these every day. Before you put your shoes on, after you take your shoes off, whenever you're barefoot, practice them. The more we practice, the better we'll get. We got pinky toe, 4th toe, 3rd toe, 2nd toe, big toe. Last one. Lift those toes, spread them, spread them, spread them. Big toes stay down, or balls of the toes stay down. Pinky toe, 4th toe, 3rd toe, 2nd toe, big toe. Very good. So that was a 30-minute cars focused Kinstretch class. Those cars, like I said, in the beginning class, can be done in the morning, can be done before you work out, can be done at the end of your day. Really, the goal is to accumulate as many card reps for every joint as you can throughout the rest of your life, really, right? So those are some alternate positions that we may not have done in past classes, or we may not have done in some of our other cars classes. So just giving you ideas, different positions you can train from, different positions you can work from. Work those capsule cars into those as well. So like I said, we did a shoulder car, we did a capsule car kind of back here, you did a capsule car here, you can do it from here like we've done in other classes. So get those joints moving. Really the capsule is what communicates directly with the brain in terms of what the body's doing and how the body's feeling. So the healthier your capsules are, the more work space you're going to be able to have in that shoulder, in that hip, in that knee, whatever joint you're focusing on, the better it's going to function, the better you're going to feel, and the quicker you're going to be able to progress in whatever it is that you do. So work on those cars, practice those cars, do them every day, twice on Sunday, continue to get better. Thank you for joining me in today's Cars Focused Kinstretch class. Hope to see you at the next one.